Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Oluwakemi, a certified relationship coach living in Ireland with my family. Today we are talking about something many teenagers experience: having a crush, feeling attracted to someone, and dealing with lust. These feelings are completely normal, but knowing how to handle them in a healthy way can make a big difference. I'm not doing this alone. I'm joined by Joseph, and we are going to have honest conversation, share some practical advice, and hopefully answer a few questions you may have. Joseph, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
It's great to have you here. So before we dive into our discussion today, let's start by helping our audience understand difference between lust, having a crush, and being in love.
Okay, thank you very much. So, lust, crush, and being in love.
Yeah.
So, those are completely different things. And it's important to understand the key difference.
Yeah.
So, let's start from love. Love is something that is very deep. Love is something that is very critical. Love is something that is very serious. It's all about commitment. It's all about maturity. It's all about understanding. And it's all about kindness and everything that you can think of that can keep a relationship going for a very long time, right?
Okay.
Through thick and thin. That is what love is. Love is not short term, what I can get, and all of that is really, really deep. But if you compare it with something like lust, which is the temporary and immediate reaction and desire, okay, or crush, which is something that is like a flash, okay, that can appear now and disappear 2 hours later or 2 days later. So they are on a completely different levels. So, but I think it's important for young people to understand the difference. It may not always be easy for them to really know the difference and know the impact that these things have on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for breaking that down so clearly. So now let's get to some of the questions many teenagers are asking. Is it normal for teenagers to experience lust and attraction? And what are some of the common triggers they face in today's world?
Okay. So let's keep lust aside because lust is on a different level, and lust is that intense desire for somebody, and that desire may not be rational, right? But attraction is something that every young person would experience as they begin to grow older into their teenage years.
Yes,
so it is very natural. It is biology. As they begin to discover who they are, right, as human beings, as male, as female, as they discover themselves, they also find the other sexes, the other sex, the opposite sex, a bit intriguing at the beginning and then appealing. And then that begins to spark the attraction, right? And it is that attraction, that phase of attraction that really creates a lot of challenges for young people. How do they handle it in a way that they don't go downhill from there, all right? But then what triggers the attraction, like I said earlier, is biology, is nature. But then what also make it to be more than what it should be is pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure from, the people around them. Okay, the fact that you have all these young, beautiful people around you kind of amplify. That's the word I was looking for. It amplifies the attraction. Okay. And then there's also social media as well. That everybody is appearing on social media as if they are angels from heaven. Everybody is looking, fabulous, right? So those are the things that really amplify. So when all these things come together and then combined with the biology of what is going on in the minds of these young people, it really creates that combustion effect in their minds. And then they begin to think and think and think about it.
Okay, thank you so much. So that takes me to the next question. why do crushes feel so intense during the teenage years?
Yes, it would be intense because it's like they are discovering something new.
Okay, yeah,
so it's a discovery phase.
Yeah.
It's like they just discovered this new world, right? And it's like generally, you know, when you have kids, you throw kids into, you give new toys to kids. You know, the way they respond, they react, they're excited, they want to explore. That's the way it happens to teenagers when they begin to experience those attractions, right? So it's really that exploration is really that, you know, those hormones, the biology of it all happening within them from the inside of them that really makes it really, really explosive at that particular age.
So does it not mean that there is LD crush? So if we have LD crush, what does that look like?
Well, a crush can be healthy as long as someone does not act on it in a way that is detrimental.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. So because a crush is simply having some kind of appreciation of some qualities in somebody, right? So that could be okay as long as the boundaries remain intact, as long as people don't cross the line.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for those insightful points. So let's unpack them a little further and let's shift our focus to something practical. How teenagers can manage their emotions and make wise choices. So my question is, what are some practical ways teenagers can manage feelings of loss in their everyday lives?
So the only and probably the most important practical way to manage feelings of loss is to have boundaries.
Yeah.
To create and maintain strong boundaries. Right? There's no better way than that. Okay. And so you know the lines that you should not cross. You know the lines that if you cross them, you may get into trouble, big trouble. And so many young people have crossed those lines and they never recovered from it.
That's true.
And even those that recovered from it lost a lot of time. You know, they lost a lot of time before they were able to get back on track. All right. So it's important to have those boundaries. And one principle that is also very powerful is the principle of using your leg when you are in a situation that is not consistent with your values. Use your legs. Feelings of loss is not something that you can negotiate with. Loss is not a friendly negotiator. Loss is a very oppressive negotiator. He's always going to win. So that is why you don't negotiate with loss. We have a good example in the Bible. The young man called Joseph. Exactly what he did is what I am saying. He did not try to negotiate his way out. Immediately he realized that this thing is coming after my soul. He used his legs. It may sound like you are a coward. As a matter of fact, if you apply that principle, many people will call you a coward.
That's true.
But it's better to be a coward that has a bright future ahead of them than to be a bold lion that, you know, throw away their destiny. Okay? So that's the point. Okay. So be a coward, run away, and maintain your dignity, maintain your integrity, protect your future. Very important.
Thank you so much for that wonderful insight. So how can they avoid making impulsive decisions when their emotions are running high?
Yeah, so
you know, you talk about biology, the way their body, the nature of our body and all those things.
I think is to have an understanding, right? Because if you know what is happening, knowledge is power. If you know that I am at a phase when these things should be happening.
Okay.
So whatever is going on in your body, whatever is going on in your mind, you know that they are happening at the time they are supposed to happen. So there is nothing strange about it. So you are going to respond with knowledge.
Yeah.
And that will help you to know the right steps to take and the kind of boundaries to put up.
Okay. So, you earlier mentioned boundaries. So we are going into that now. So we are going to talk about something very important now. Self-control, healthy boundaries, as you have mentioned earlier, and staying true to your values. So my question is, how do self-control and healthy boundaries help teenagers manage their feelings and make better decisions?
Very, very critical, right? So without self-control,
yeah,
it is not possible to navigate the minefields of lust and attraction as a young person. So self-control is critical, and self-control is an important value to have. So it drives the decisions you make. It drives the places you agree to show up. If you need to show up in some places, how you show up, how you present yourself, how you relate, the kind of friends that you have, right? They all need to form part of that core value system and the associated principles that rule your life. Like what I said earlier, this may not be a very popular message with a lot of people, but then when you put all these things in place, it may make you look like you are not a trendy guy or a trendy girl. You don't know what's up.
You're not there.
You're not there, okay?
You're not there, that's what they say.
Yeah, so but then...
You don't know what's going on.
Exactly, but then I can guarantee you that if you have self-control, you have integrity, you are committed to your principles and your values, and you respect your future, right? And you are investing in that, your future, rather than investing in temporary pleasure. You are the wise one.
Yeah, thank you so much. So thank you for that insight. Okay, so let's go to another question. When teenagers face peer pressure or outside influences, how can they stay confident in their values and make choices that are right for them?
Yeah, so peer pressure is a major issue. There's hardly any young person that will go through life without experiencing peer pressure. Even older people experience peer pressure, right? So because there are some people in life who are never satisfied until they get other people to do what they are doing.
That's right.
That has always been the case. So no matter the age that you are, if you look around you, you will find people who are trying to influence you to do what you did not plan to do. So everyone should always be conscious of that fact, that there are always people out there who are out to recruit you. So that is why you need to know who you are. You need to know what you stand for. You need to know what you represent. Because if you don't know what you stand for, you fall for anything.
That's true.
So it's important to know who you are, what you stand for. So when they come for you, you know what to say to them.
Yeah.
All right? And if possible, you are the one that should actually convince them to follow your own ways.
Wait, that's true. Thank you so much. Know who you are and know what you stand for. So they should know their identity.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for those valuable insights. I'm sure many of our listeners will find that both encouraging and practical. Thank you. So now let's talk about the impact of social media, because we all know now social media is ruling the world. So how does social media influence the way teenagers view attraction? Because there's so many things going on social media, relationships and lust.
Yes. So social media is making it look like everybody is having the best life.
Yeah.
Everybody is happy 24 hours a day. Everybody is having fun, enjoying life 24 hours, 7 days a week. So it's presenting this image that is not truly reality. And this is causing a lot of problem for young people.
Yeah.
Causing a lot of crisis of confidence, making them feel like their own life is not as fun as the other people that they see on social media, making it look like as if their own life is not as interesting, right? And what that does in their mind is to make them sad, make them lonely. People go out together with friends, and then they post like 50 photographs on social media, and someone that did not go out sit back and feel like, oh, what kind of miserable life do I have? I don't even go out. But meanwhile, those other people that went out, that's probably the first time they are going out in 3 months, right? But the 50 photograph or reels that you are seeing does not tell the true story.
Yeah.
So I think social media is actually a battle line right now. So
there are a lot of fake life on social media.
Correct. So the battle line now is for people to know how to differentiate what is real, what is true, and what is created for social media consumption, and also for people to be contented with their own lives. Okay, I think that's really going to be very critical.
Yeah, thank you so much. And how can teens handle pressure from friends to start dating or become sexually active before they are ready?
Very important question. So what peer pressure, one of the things that peer pressure does is to introduce young people to all of these sexual activities at a very young age, because people want to experiment. They don't want to experiment alone. They want to experiment with other people, right? And then they try to recruit people and organize people to do all these things. So again, it's important for young people to know who they are, know their values, know what they stand for, know what is most important in their lives, so they don't feel pressured to start what they cannot finish. Because a lot of times people start things that they cannot finish. They start things that they should not start. And there are some things that when you start, it takes you in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
That you never, ever expect or want your life to be, right? So it's important for people to understand the consequences of engaging in sexual activities at that age. There are several consequences, right? And people have paid very hefty prices for engaging in sexual activities. It's to have that understanding and to also have the foresight to look at the future, to have that ability to apply delayed gratification, to know that, look, this is the stage that I am, this is the age that I am. At this age, I'm supposed to be working on my life, working on my education, crafting my career path, deciding on what to do with my life. Don't you think that it is surprising or maybe disappointing to see a young person saying they don't know what to do in college when they are already in the senior part of secondary school? They don't know what to do in college, but they don't know the course to study, but they know how to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's misplaced priority, right? So that what it simply means is that they have reversed the order of things. So they have prioritized, they prioritize something that should not have been prioritized, and they have deprioritized something that should have been important in their life. So they are stranded from a career perspective. Their vision is not clear for their life because they are bogged down. They have been crowded. Their minds have been crowded out with all these emotional activities that they have gone into prematurely. I think that's one of the most dangerous things that can happen to a teenager.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you. So now let's turn our attention to parents and how they can support teenagers by creating a safe and open environment for conversations.
Okay.
So my question is, how can parents create a safe space where teenagers feel comfortable talking about attraction, relationships, and their feelings? So how can parents give a listening ear?
I think parents have a great role to play in providing a safe space for young people to discuss, to have open discussion, right? It is called psychological safety.
That's true.
And I don't think that is something that we talk about a lot in families. So psychological safety, especially in many of our traditions, has not been something that we talk about.
Yeah.
Because in many traditions around the world, the emphasis has been on children being compliant and silent.
Yeah.
Children not talking to the parents. Rather, children just listening to the parents and children not speaking to the parents. A lot of our cultures are based on one-way communication.
Yes.
And that is a problem because the world has so changed that one-way communication cannot work any longer. So what is required now is for parents to understand the meaning of psychological safety, which simply means creating an enabling environment for young people to speak to their parents, to talk to their parents, to share their feelings and their struggles with their parents. And then what psychological safety also require from parents is for parents to develop, I use the word develop intentionally, because we may not have it as parents based on how we were raised. So parents need to develop without emotions. And those emotions include fear, anger, screaming, shouting, right? And even some even spiritual reaction, because there are some spiritual reaction. A child is sharing something and the parents shout,
Jesus,
bringing, spiritual. No, listen first. You are going to pray later. You are going to probably, if you are a Christian, open the Bible to teach them later.
Yes.
But what is required at the beginning is to make that child feel comfortable to speak. That is trust.
Yeah.
For that child to trust you that if I share this thing, I am safe in sharing it. There's not going to be any backlash when I share it.
Yeah, the parents will not use it against the children.
Use it against the children. It's not going to be like, this child, you have killed me. This is not what I bargained for. All these years that I've been training you, is this where we are going to end? No. When you do that, you drive the child back to their shell.
That's true.
Let me share. There's a story I read in a book recently, very recently. I read that story. The young lady that was having eating disorders, right? The person that wrote the book she has survived it. She's now in her almost 50. But she was writing her story. She said she was having eating disorders. One day she opened up to an adult that she couldn't eat her lunch at school. And the adult stopped the car immediately and forced her to eat the leftover lunch that was almost already spoiled in anger. Right? And then after that experience, she made up her mind that she's never going to share her eating disorder problem with anybody.
Oh, wow.
And that led her to almost 20 years of having eating disorders.
Wow, that's bad.
Just because somebody shut her down when she tried to share it.
Wow.
That is how bad it can be. So parents really need to step up the game.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you. So do you want to shed more light on some common mistakes parents make when discussing topics like lust and dating with their teenagers?
So the most common mistakes parents make is not to be available for that discussion to happen. That's the most common one.
Yeah.
Because children are very knowledgeable. They are very sensitive.
Yeah.
They can perceive from your body language that you are not receptive as a parent. And when they perceive that, they withhold whatever information they have that they want to share. So they know you are not available.
Yeah.
And that's the number one and the most dangerous common mistake. And what happens when a child has something to share and they cannot share is that they tend to bottle it up. And when you bottle things up for too long, it tends to explode. Can explode at the wrong time in the wrong place. And it could also be that in bottling it up, one day they find an opportunity to share it with someone, and it may be the wrong person.
Yeah,
who is going to give them a wrong
advice,
right? So parents need to be available. Yeah. And then the second common mistake is, like I said earlier, parents not having the skill to deal with some conversations.
Yeah.
Parents need to develop.
So for parents that don't have the skills, what advice will you give them?
There's only one advice.
Yeah.
Develop.
Yeah.
Learn. There is nothing like this is how it was in our days. This is not your days. This is not your days. This is not 1980. This is 2026. Your days is different from today.
Yeah.
In your days, every family will have one TV in the house, and it's black and white, and it's daddy that is controlling the TV. Daddy says TV comes up at 6 o'clock, and daddy says TV shuts down at 10 o'clock. And that's the rule. And even the TV station itself closed down by 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that is going to. But this is a completely different era.
Yeah.
So we need to learn new skills. And the new skills that we are required to learn, to be honest with you, is to our advantage, because it's all about communication. Because communication is a skill that is beneficial all around.
Yeah.
So there is no harm in learning it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and the insight that you have shared with us. Before we go, I would love to hear from you, viewers. If you could give every teenager one piece of advice about handling lust, crushes, attraction, what will it be? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Your words could encourage or help a teenager make better choices and avoid a bad decision they may regret. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We have more inspiring topics and amazing guests coming your way. Thank you guys for joining us today. Take care. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.